Hello, everyone. So I figured while I was waiting for people to pop in, I would go ahead and get you guys brought up on my iPad because you know how lately, the last couple of lives that I've tried to do, my video does not want to pop up on my iPad. Well, I have to be able to see your guys' comments, right? Because I want to be able to, hello, how are you? Are you feeling better, Louise? Why can't I never say your name? It must be Lois. That's it. I have to remember you like Lois Lane, right? Am I saying it right when I say Lois? And the only reason why I have a hard time with that name is when I was younger, let me just get you this little quick story here. When I was younger, I used to do, what was it called? Like, words are gone. I took care of elderly people in it was called a manor. And it was a big 5-story house, and I actually lived on the premise. I lived up on the 5th floor in the attic. And I stayed 24 hours, like 5 days a week, and I took care of 5 different patients in this. Well, I had one that was Louise, and I had one patient that was Lucille. And so Lois is one of those names that I have such a hard time. I don't know why. I don't know why I try to make the names be combined. Leave it to me to, and I'm horrible with names, by the way. If I try to say people's names, I will slaughter them every single time. So just letting you guys know ahead of time, I'm bad with names. And to remember somebody's name, I'm extremely horrible with that as well. So there's my dirty little secrets, but well, I guess it's kind of a common thing, but I just let mine be known because no use in trying to absolutely embarrass myself when I can just be out and honest about it. Just the way I am. That's how I roll. So kind of a crazy little story that happened today. I mean, it actually brought tears to my eyes. It was kind of a crazy thing. So where I live, by the way, I'm here in Tucson, Arizona. My name is Danny Garola. Let me kind of do my little intro here. It is 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That means it's also Pacific Time. It is 7 Mountain Time, 8, oh my Lord, I just lost it now. I know it's going to be 8 o'clock Central and 9, hi Cheryl, and that means it's 9 Eastern Standard Time. Yeah. And if you're here Eastern Time, woohoo, kudos for you. So anyways, back to my little story. I went outside to talk with my neighbor. We all have 1-acre parcels here. Hence the fact that I have my little farm that I always say. I went outside and I was talking with my neighbor, and I had just sat down on my chair, and she had just sat down because we were talking between the fences. And the road, the actual like highway, is probably, I would say, 3/4 of a mile to a mile out north of us. So we both sit down and we get ready to like have a conversation. We both stop. We hear this big loud boom, or a hit, I guess you would say. The road that we live by is kind of known as Death Alley. And I hate to put it that way, but the speeds are so the speed limit is 65, but no kidding you, people drive no slower than 80. It is just a thing. And when accidents happen on it, they're normally fatal. And we all know this. But does it slow anybody else down? No, not at all. And there's days that if I'm just doing 70 because I'm just kind of piddling into town, people will literally get up on top of my rear end And if I was to hit my brakes, I would be done. They would be all up me. But that's just the way it is down here. Drivers are crazy in Tucson, Arizona. Just FYI. So we hear this loud hit, like it was a bang, and then it boofs. You hear this like loud pop. Well, not 10 minutes earlier, my husband left the house. He had just fixed the bush bearings or bush something on the truck. We have a 4-wheel drive truck, and he had fixed those things, and he went out to test drive it. Then we start hearing this, like all these tires like squealing and stuff out on the road, and you can hear them like bouncing across the street. I looked at my neighbor and I started getting tears in my eyes, and it's gonna make me happen again just because it was such that sound you never, like once you hear that sound sticks in your mind and you always know what that sound is. So we both kind of looked at each other. I instantly grabbed my phone. I called the non-emergency line because I wasn't certain it was actually out on the highway or if it was on the dirt road, like up back behind us. And my neighbor goes, no, that was street, because you could hear the tires on the street making that noise. And I called the non-emergency line and I asked the lady, I said, I think there's been, look at my cat. My cat has an obsession with my daughter. I told her, I said, I think there's been an accident. You know, it's in between these two roads. Is there any way? And she goes, I have to dispatch you over to Highway Patrol. I said, okay. So she dispatches me over, and I give them the area of where we heard the accident. And I asked her, I said, if you know anything about this accident, can you please tell me, was anybody in a red 4x4 Suburban in the accident? I said, because my husband literally just left the house like 10-15 minutes ago. He would have hit that area right when the accident happened. I said, and he hasn't came home yet. I said, so I'm really like kind of panicking. And she goes, well, let me find out where it was. And we told her like the mile markers of where it was. And she comes back and she goes, okay. She goes, I am happy to inform you that your husband has not been informed in this, or has not been in this accident. And I was like, oh, thank God. But then the flooding of tears, because that's somebody else's family that's been in that accident. And because it was so loud and like you could just hear the collision happening, I told her, I said, or that's when she told me, she goes, no, she goes, it was a sedan and an SUV. And she goes, and it was a Nissan SUV, not your SUV. So, I told her, well, thank you for informing me. She goes, yeah, she goes, we have, patrols on the way. She said, other people have already called in and informed us of the accident. So by the time when my husband got home, it was probably about 30 minutes after we heard the initial accident and heard the sirens, and I was waiting for Lifeline, because normally you always hear Lifeline come in when this is happening, or when you hear an accident around here. And so when my husband got home, I went running over to him and I said, oh my gosh, did you see the accident? And he goes, yes. He goes, literally, I would have been like right in it, or right like before it, if I wouldn't have turned around, because I forgot a part up at Ace Hardware. So he was coming back and he turned around and went back up to the little market up in more kind of towards town and picked up a part that he needed to fix something. And he said, he goes, otherwise, if I wouldn't have turned around the road before where the accident was, he goes, I probably would have been involved in it. And I was like, oh my Lord, thank you, Jesus, thank you. It was just one of those things that you're just, you never know what can happen at any point in time. And it was just, like I said, that sound is just a horrific sound. So that is my little excitement of the day. I don't know how exciting it was, but other than that, I know I had told you guys that I was going to try to get some more videos put out. Maybe not Facebook Lives, but I was going to try to do some cards that were just me showing you and doing it, putting it over on YouTube, and then putting them onto my blog. Last week became a very crazy, hectic week. One of my kids got in trouble at school, and it's just been not real fun. So needless to say, this week I am going to get to making my videos showing you guys some more cards to be made, because I just don't think that only meeting up with you guys once a week on Facebook Live and only showing you 3 cards is enough to kind of get you guys, you know, rolling with card making. There's so many cards that I make on a daily basis that always get kind of lost in the shuffle, because I have to pick the 3 that, you know, I think are, you know, kind of the fun ones that I want to show you guys. Speaking of that, I did just do my, I'm still here, I'm just trying to find the cards that we just made. I just had our live class last Thursday. We made some really cute cards. I think you guys saw me post one of them quite a while ago, because I normally give on my event page for when we're having our in-live classes. I normally put a sneak peek of all 3 of the cards that we're going to make. So let me see if I can find, I just had them here. Oh, so this is one that I got from a swap that I actually decided to use at my in-live class. And there's the little matching envelope. So that's that Nuts About Squirrels, I think it's called. Or Crazy About Squirrels. I don't know. I don't have the stamp set sitting right here in front of me. But super cute. I know it's backwards to you guys, but it says, "Hey there." That was one that we made. And then we made this one. This is using Cajun Craze and Early Espresso. And it says, "Sending heartfelt sympathy." As much as I hate making sympathy cards, I think it is kind of something that we have to do way too often this time of, or not season, but because of COVID, it's unfortunate that we're having to make way too many sympathy cards. And then the last one, I don't know where I put the envelopes for these, but the last one was this one. And it says, "Happy fall, y'all." Thought that was kind of cute. So these went over really, really well. I think I had 8 people show up for the class. And my class is just, you know, getting bigger and bigger as we go on. I do it every 3rd Thursday of the month. And then I also hold the same class on the 2nd Sunday of the month, just for people who can't make it on a weekday and if they want to do a weekend. I set more of her, there's a pile of her movies sitting up there if you want to take those. Sorry, I can't have my other TVs running their internet because my internet is not very strong, so I have to put DVDs and Blu-rays and all that kind of stuff in for my daughter to watch TV. So, all right, let's flip you guys around. So hold on, don't get ill. There is no throwing up in stamping. Sorry, I know you guys are looking at my iPad there. Okay, let's see if I can get this to kind of turn a little bit more so you're at more of an angle. There we go. I think that's going to work a little bit better, because then that kind of took you guys down too. Okay, let's see. Is that going to work? Ugh. Is that going to leave? Okay, that's going to work. All right. So right now we have the Peaceful Christmas Paper Pumpkin Kit that is for purchase right now. That runs through the 10th of October, that this will run through. And it also coordinates with that Peaceful, I always want to say Peaceful Cabins, but I know that's not what it's called. I think it's called Peaceful Place. That suite will coordinate with this upcoming kit. Also, I got my pumpkin, or my harvest. It goes with this suite here with those cabins that I know you guys all love, and this paper, this monochromatic paper, along with that silver foil in there is just gorgeous. So this kit, if you're not subscribed to Paper Pumpkin, I've put it up in the description of this video here. This paper pumpkin kit is probably going to be the one that you're not going to want to miss. It's going to be able to allow you to make 10 elegant Christmas cards. So even without buying the extras, with that peaceful place kit or bundle, you could make these alone and still come out with beautiful cards. We are only a couple days left of celebrations. Today is the 20th and this ends on September 30th. So you've got 10 more days to take part in the celebrations. So every $50 you spend, you can earn free product. One thing to know, that the bedazzling paper that I also love, I will not probably be showing it that much to you guys. This pack here, Stampin' Up! Has ran out of it. I know I saw that, or heard that they were going to try to put another order in for it. Not sure if that's going to happen within the 10 days, so it might just be done, because I know they did say while supplies last on the celebrations. So just know that. But there's plenty of other things to pick from, don't get me wrong. Okay, that was, oh, in here is this. Okay, so for my current host code orders over $50, so in other words, when you place an order on product and your total of product order goes over $50, not only are you going to get a free celebrations item, but you're also, once you put in this host code here for me, you are going to get a half pack of one of our DSPs. And trust me, I only grabbed a handful of them out of here just to show you, but I have tons of different ones of these that I will, I'm going to probably now try to give out the Christmas ones, because I know you guys are making Christmas cards right now. So just to let you know, that is my incentive gift to people placing orders over $50 and using my current host code. Okay. If you join my team right now, which I just had a new team member join, which is so fun. She showed up to my in-person class, so I was able to give her little gift that I make for my new members. But right now, if you sign up, not only do you get to pick $125 worth of product for $99, you also get to pick one of these free bundles that you can add to your kit. So that's an extra, you know, $50-$60 there that you get to add on there. It's a great time if you do not have your like a cut and emboss machine. You can either get the big one or you can get the mini machine and add that to your kit, and it's a great way to, you know, get those at that deal. All right, we also have a new kit. I know it's not on this picture here, but we have, it's called, I think it's called Whimsy Christmas or Christmas Whimsy. I don't know. I could have that completely backwards, but I did post on the blog. There's a full blog post all about it. You can see pictures of the stamp set that comes with it, the cards that are included that you get to make. It's another one of those, kind of like your paper pumpkin. It is an all-in-one exclusive kit. But just know, each one of these kits you purchase, or even if you purchase more than one of the same kit, if you want to sit down with a couple of friends and work on these kits together, the newest one is Christmas themed. But each kit is going to come with its own block. Not like with paper pumpkin, your first kit will come with your acrylic block, like this. Your first paper pumpkin will come with this, and then all your other ones will not include this because they already figure they gave you one with the first kit. All right, so the Whimsy Christmas is really cute, or Christmas Whimsy, I don't remember. But if you go into my store where it says on this blog, or on this Facebook Live in the top there, you'll see where it says shop my store. If you go in there, just hit, there's a little magnifying glass where you can go in there and you can just type in kits collection. And when you're in there, make sure it says that you are shopping with Danny, This is where, once you hit the little shopping cart over here, this is what it's going to look like. This is where you're going to add this host code right here. If your order is over $150, do not place or do not put this in there. You're going to get host special rewards yourself. Stampin' Up! Is going to give you the rewards of a host because you've spent over a qualifying host party on your own. So just know you're going to get some rewards. I want you to have those. But if your order's under $150, please add my host code. This is what helps me be able to bring, you know, every once in a while I have giveaways for free stamp sets. It's what lets me give this kind of stuff away from you or to you. So just letting you know that. Okay, let me show you this paper pumpkin. If you guys, hello mother, if you guys got this kit, do know that on the last Thursday of the month, which would be the 30th, I believe. I can't see my calendar. I took the glasses off. Yes, it's going to be the 30th of this month. I do a Facebook Live where I will put some of the, I put normally one of each one that comes with the kit, and then I try to do some alternatives. Now with this kit, I'm not sure what kind of alternatives that I'm going to be able to make, because this comes with, this one particular was the Harvest and Haunts. This one came with the kit to make a bunch of little treat boxes. So these little treat boxes, I don't know how I'm going to turn them into something else. But I do know on the back, see, this is what it makes. On the back of this little card here, there is some alternatives. And I think what I'm going to do is, I just saw Paper Pumpkin actually release a video showing you how to turn this kit, that's why they have these numbers here, into a little, what's it called? A wheelbarrow. This turns into a wheelbarrow where you can take those little pumpkins and stick them in there with the little tissue paper wrapped up. Super cute. This one came with Soft Succulent, and I absolutely love, let me put this underneath here. I love the stamp set that this came with. Thank you. Hey there, pumpkin. What does this one say? I pick you every time. And that was You're a Blessing and Happy Halloween. But I love these leaves here. But unfortunately, this kit is no longer available. They might actually bring a couple of the refills if you already purchased this kit. They might have some refills go up on our my Stampin' Up! Store. So just periodically go in there and look at kits again, and you'll see that there are refills for some of our past paper pumpkins. Okay, so let's get into start making these cards, because I like to jabber, jabber, jabber. Okay, we are using Pretty Pumpkins today. Let me get all my supplies out that we're going to need. Oh, you were cleaning out the pool? Okay. We're also going to be using this gold and rose gold metallic specialty paper. This paper is beautiful. Look at the rose gold. As you can see, I've already cut a wreath out of there. But that is the rose gold. It has like this brushed, it's super shimmery, gorgeous paper. It has almost like a texture of like a grain. It kind of reminds me of. But there's the rose gold and there's the gold. And I think you get 4 of each one of these. So it's like a full 12 by 12 sheet just cut down to 6 by 6s. Ah, come on, darn it. Get back in there. Okay. I'm not going to fuss with that any more than what I need to. So we're going to need a piece of that. As you can see, I've already cut the pumpkins out, because one thing I will let you know, when you go to cut these out of this paper, make sure you run it back and forth a couple of times, because this paper, it's not super thick, but I think it's the grain of this paper that makes it kind of hard to weed all the little particles out. So this is what I did. I took this little pumpkin, absolutely amazing little pumpkin. I am in love with this die. that is this big pumpkin right here. As you can see, it is very intricate, hence the fact why this die set is called intricate, or no, it's not. That was the leaves. The leaves are called intricate leaves. I don't know the name of this. I just know it goes with the bundle. But this is a very intricate pumpkin, and I knew if I didn't weed it before we started the video, we'd be here all night. And I know you guys have other things to do tonight besides watch me weed a pumpkin. So I went ahead and cut that out ahead of time so we didn't have to sit and wait all night for that. I am using Misty Moonlight. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and I'm just going to fold it in half, so that's going to be 4.25. Let me grab my bone folder. I know, right? Isn't that just beautiful? I was debating whether or not to do it in this, this like brushed gold, or if I wanted to do it in just the solid gold. But I love this paper and I don't use it enough that I was like, yep, I'm going with that. I love that it has that brushed look to it, and it's just so stunning with this pumpkin. I am also using the Paper Harvest Meadows is the paper that I'm using. So this is another 12 by 12. You get, these are the reverse sides of each one of them. It is very fall driven. I love it, and I love the colors in it, and I love this coral. I just think that just reminds me of ocean. I know it's supposed to be harvest and that kind of stuff, but that reminds me of coral, just saying. Same with this one. But I am going to be using this down here, and this is that soft succulent against the Misty Moonlight. All right, so our pieces that we need, let's get this out of the way. We're going to need our DSP, and we're going to need a piece of that cork. Now, if you haven't seen the cork comes in two 12 by 12 sheets, and it's kind of delicate, but then not, because it has been done on almost like, what is that stuff called? Not chipboard, just regular craft paper. Hello, Sonia Bird, and hello, Miss Melanie Foy. So it stays together quite nicely, but it is kind of a delicate feel to it though, but it almost feels suede. Then our next piece that we need is, we're going to need a white little scrap. Then we're going to need a pumpkin pie scrap, and then another little scrap of that brushed gold. And I'm using this little leaf here, and I already did that, but I'll show you what I mean about how it kind of sticks. I think it's the grain of the paper that makes it kind of stick. So see, that was just the effort that I needed to do, but don't let that steer you away of not using this, because it is absolutely beautiful. Okay, so what we need this piece for, let me get out because I don't need to make a mess everywhere. I need my little white. This is just a little scrap of basic white. And then I'm going to use the trio of pumpkins, and we're going to stamp that in Memento, because we're going to be using Stampin' Blends. And then I'm going to be showing you the faux suede technique. If you guys already know what that is, then woohoo, but I had never heard of it, and I just learned it, so of course I have to show you guys. Is this even going to fit on the scrap? Maybe I picked too small of a piece of scrap. Yep, that's not going to work. Oops. All right, hold on. Pause, please. Oh my goodness, what did I do with all my scraps? They're normally sitting right there, but it's because I need it right now. Where did I put all my scraps? Okay, well, I just need to cut another scrap because I don't know where all my scraps went. I have them sitting. Oh, jeez. I put them in the bottom drawer instead of the top drawer where my small scraps go. That's what happened. Okay. Ink that up. Make sure I've got it good. All right. Now we're going to go like this. There we go. That is what I was looking for. Okay. Now I'm using some Old Olive and some cinnamon cider and some pumpkin pie. But first, let me show you, well, actually, we can go ahead and do, oh, cut a piece. Watercoloring first, because then we'll let that dry. So I'm going to take my dark cinnamon cider. Oh my gosh, I forgot winter chicken dinner. Whew, jeez. And I'm just going to kind of go with the little dark marks that Stampin' Up! Was already put on here. Let me finish coloring this and we will do winter chicken dinner of last week's Monday. The 13th was number 56. We made some Christmas cards. And we made that super cute little trick-or-treat holder, the tombstone. Okay, there is that. If you guys have any problems with your Stampin' blends drying out, they are alcohol-based. So, alcohol and air dissipates, right? So the best thing to do with these is really make sure your lid is getting capped on there good. So kind of just take it until you hear that snap. When you hear that snap, you know that the lid's on good and tight. Because there's nothing like putting those away, thinking that your lid is on there, and it really not being, and then the next time you go to use it, it's dried up. That's not fun. But as long as they've been recently purchased, Stampin' Up! Will replace them for you because they have excellent customer service. So I'm taking the dark Old Olive, and like I said, I'm just kind of following the veins of the leaves at this point with the dark, and then I'm going to take the light and just go over and kind of add a shadowing effect so it looks a little bit more realistic. So yes, I was saying earlier that I'm going to start making some just videos and putting them up on the blog, and they'll be over on Facebook or YouTube as well, that you guys can watch throughout the week, so you don't have to just wait to only see 3 cards. If you want to keep catching more cards throughout the week, I'll be throwing little clip-it videos up on the blog to show you guys how to make some of the other cards, because there's just not enough days that I come on here live to be able to show you everything. So I've already picked a couple of cards that when I'm done with this Facebook Live, I'm going to go ahead, since my husband's home and watching my daughter, I'm going to just go ahead and make a couple of videos. I know you guys didn't come on here to watch me color, but it's a part of stamping, right? You have to have color to our stamped images. Now I'm coming in with the light, and I'm just going to kind of grab that, just a little bit of that dark, and just kind of pull it through my pumpkin. And yeah, I know it's kind of annoying that I'm using the nibbed in of my pen when I do have a thicker. So we have the small little nibbed in, or we have more of this like painter in. But for some crazy reason, when I am using this thicker end, I always wind up going outside of the lines. I am not a good, and see, it seems to be a little bit lighter too. I think it has more alcohol in that end, but I may have to go over it. But I just wanted to show you that I can kind of control this nibbed end a little bit better than I can control that kind of wider end. That's just me though. If you're a good colorer, then you could probably control the heck out of that thing. I was probably that kid that got picked on about coloring for going out of the lines. I don't know, I don't remember, but. And now that I have hit my 40s, my eyes are not the greatest of things either. And I can't see as good as I once did. So, I mean, I did pretty good there, but just know that we do sell a, where is it? Oh, there it is. We do sell a color lifter. So one of the good things about this color lifter pin is if you do go outside of the lines a little bit, you can always use this and kind of push that color back into your image. Or if you want to leave like a little white mark for kind of like a not shadow, but like a light hitting a certain area, you can run the color lifter over it and it will lift color off of that area as well. And before I became a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I was really toying with buying the Copic alcohol pens. I couldn't afford all of the Copic colors because Copic pens are extremely expensive. At least with Stampin' Up, we only have like, I don't know, 40, 50 colors that I could afford to do this and still get that blended color. I can get the shadowing in there that I needed, and they match all of the Stampin' Up! Colors. So let me die cut this out really quick, and then we'll do Winter Winter Chicken Dinner. Oh jeez, I need to get washi tape because this is not one of the stay where it goes. Okay. Do over. Okay. So here we go. I had to put a piece of washi tape on there because it just wanted to move on me. And that was not going to be good. Okay, there's that little image. Isn't that so stinking cute? Ooh, I love it. Okay. All right, so Winter Winter Chicken Dinner of last week. So number 56, we made this cute little treat box, this little tombstone. Oh, I almost just dumped all those, and can you see? Some little mouse has been getting into my, I will fill this back up for you though, if this is what you choose. But somebody has been getting into my little candy corns. I would not have a clue who that was. I love candy corns, sorry. I had to snack a few out of there. All right, so there's the tombstone. So I would have to mail that to you if you pick that one. Or there's this super cute little Christmas card that we made the matching envelope with. And that was using that tailored tags punch. Really kind of a cool design how that is made. Then we used the beautifully penned designer series paper on this one. That's this black and white paper that is part of the celebrations. And then I used the hand penned along with that pink and gray because I just love the colors of that card. So Miss Lorian Taylor, you can pick one of these, either one of the cards, or you can pick that little tombstone, and I will get that in the mail to you. I have your address. And I don't think I saw her pop in here tonight, but Lorian, I just want to let you know that there's many prayers going out to your husband, because I did see you guys had to wind up being in the ER today. So just letting you know that, because you guys are kind of dear to our family. All right, so now that I have that cut out, I'm going to use a scrap of paper, or of pumpkin pie. I almost said of paper pumpkin. No. We're using pumpkin pie. And now watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to just kind of take this, and I'm going to just kind of pull at it. And I know you're probably going, wow, she is slaughtering that paper. Well, yeah, kind of, because that's kind of what I need to do for this technique. And then you'll know when it's done, because you're going to start seeing the two papers kind of pulling apart. They're going to start separating. And then that's when you'll know the magic is happening with your paper. And you have started making your faux suede. Do you see how well this cardstock stands up? That's another thing with Stampin' Up's cardstock. I have to tell you, it's probably one of the nicest cardstocks I have seen. Okay, then you're gonna take it and you're gonna just peel it apart. Isn't that freaking cool? Like, who comes up with these things? Sure the heck ain't me. Okay, let me grab this corner here. Make sure I get enough to pull that apart. Okay, just like, oops, that one's too much. Okay, there we go. We'll go like that. Actually, I have a piece over here that we're gonna use. All right, so that is our piece of, we call that faux suede. I mean, I can use any of these. I just, that one corner is a little bit tweaked. But what we're gonna do with that is we're going to take this pumpkin and we're gonna cut it out of that fake suede, faux suede. Has that like fuzzy texture to it because you've pulled that paper apart and now given it some texture. Okay, let me get those out of the way. All right, now we're going to assemble this card. My iPad would keep us going here, I can see things. Okay, so on here, we are going to take the friends were, or if friends were pumpkins, I would pick, or I'd pick you. This is going to kind of come down here, but I want to make sure where I'm going to stick, well, this is actually going to go on here. So let's kind of design this card. That's going to go there. This is going to kind of go off the side. Oh, I didn't tell you the measurement of this. This is 4 by 5 1/4. That is that piece. And then this is 2 by 4 1/2. You will find all the recipes, the dimensions and all that kind of stuff over on the blog once, probably tomorrow, once I get this video uploaded and then get all the good stuff put up on the blog, because I have to take photos and all that good stuff. All right, I'm going to move this over here. I'm going to kind of leave that there so I make sure I do this far enough over that I don't get any of the pumpkin covering my wording. Perfect. Now, I was wondering if I could do that in Misty Moonlight, because this wording is almost kind of in either like that Just Jade or something, but I didn't want to risk it because I knew the black would be a lot more crisper. All right, so let's start getting some of this stuff glued. Glue booger off there. Okay, make sure my card is opening the right way. Because, trust me, I have done that before where I've stuck my front on upside down. And then I'm like, oh, well, who wants to open a card like that? But, I mean, it's happened. Just being honest. And that's one of those boo-boos that you can't really fix. I mean, once at that point, unless you catch it right as you're putting it down and you could like peel it back off before it gets stuck down so it doesn't rip your paper all apart. Because otherwise, it's gonna be stuck, and then what are you gonna do? That's when that card just becomes something part of the kids' crafts or something. You're like, here you go, kiddo, make a card on this one. Then you don't feel bad about them using up, you know, like your expensive stuff. That's what's kind of nice about paper pumpkins, is you can buy a couple of them and let, you know, your littles or, you know, niece, nephew, grandchildren, any of that kind of stuff, come over and play with those. Because there's always lots of little bits like laying around afterwards that they can play with those and kind of make their own little cards. Okay, so let's see what we got going on. Where did I put my inside? I had a card in it. Did you guys see where I put it? Oh, here it is. I did have an inside to this card. So I'm going to take the other word that says "so thankful for you" and grab my memento. Now, isn't that a neat technique? Have you guys seen that before? It was just something that was like one of those aha moments, you know, when you see it and you're like, well, somebody's pretty talented. Either that or somebody's got too much time on their hands to figure something like that out. But I'm glad they did. Oh boy, oh boy. Okay, then I'm going to cut, which I didn't already do. I'm going to cut a little piece, which I thought I did, but apparently not, because it's not in there. I'm going to cut just a little strip of this paper. Okay, so let me grab the cutter really quick. And I'm just going to cut a little 1/2-inch strip. So the inside of the card is also 4 by 5 1/4. So I'm going to make sure my wording, and I could not tell you what this says. Probably catch a couple words, but I'm not sure exactly what that says across there, but I'm not even going to try because it's awfully tiny. And so that needs to be at least 5 1/4 to fit across there. What is it? The thought will become a good deed, a deed that will live in many hearts. I don't know. There's a whole little saying on there that you could actually read if your eyes were good. I mean, I could probably put some bifocals on and be able to see the thing, but I'm not going there yet. All right, so that's going to go inside, but let's get the rest of this put together. So this little piece is going to go there. Just our little faux suede piece. Okay, then that little leaf that we had, now it has like a little opening right here. That opening is purposeful. Let me get a have them in the other, for the next card. I have them in the little box. And then I'm going to just take this and place this with that little opening. You can just tuck that right behind that stem and it sets there perfect. That's why there's that little opening in all three of those little leaf dies. They all have a little opening at the top and they fit perfect into the stems of these pumpkins. Or where'd the other one go? Oh, this one right here. It would fit around that as well. I need to find my, I thought I already had them out, but I didn't, so I have them right here. I was going to say we need to have some embellishments on this, and I forgot to throw them in my basket. Okay, so that's going to go there. Then we're taking dimensionals, and we're going to pop these trio of pumpkins on undo to take it off. Works great. What is undo? I've never heard of undo. What does it undo? You'll have to let me know because I've never heard of that. And I'm always looking for other ways to fix my boo-boos because it happens. Happens to the best of us, right? Okay, this is just going to get set right along the bottom here, kind of overlapping both of those little pumpkins. Then I have some of these Gilded Gems is what these are called. And I'm going to use probably the big ones, or maybe a big one. And I'm going to put it right up. This one's going to go on, the big one's going to go on the big pumpkin. Then I'm going to grab the medium one. Ooh, they're really stuck on there too. It's going to go there. Then I'm going to grab a little, and I'm going to put it up there. Because we need some bling. I mean, this is blingy, but we kind of need a little extra bling too. Because why not? Then, here is our envelope, but we got to get the inside of this put together first. I thought I'm losing my mind. I could have swore I had my pieces ready for, but you know, original formula stick remover. Adhesive. Oh, is it kind of like this? Hold on, where's my adhesive remover? Is it like that? It looks like a big clunk of rubber. Is that what an undo is? Because I don't have a name for these things. I know that I sell these in my adhesive kits. I sell one of these Tombow glues. I sell a whole pack of the dimensionals. I do one of these. I also do a sand eraser. I do a small 6x6 ruler. I also do a silicone mat, which is right here, and then I do a dauber, like one of the old sponges that we used to sell. Because if you, like, especially for something, I think you guys have seen me do this, something that is very intricate like this, you would flip that upside down, put a big glob of glue, take this, dip it in, and then just dip on the back of your intricate piece, and then everything will stick down, and then it doesn't make a, or you can use the adhesive sheets as well, absolutely. I just never do it. I think about it, like, when I'm already done, and then I go, oh my gosh, I could have used an adhesive sheet on that, because adhesive sheets pretty much turn what she's talking about is that it turns your die cuts almost into a sticker, pretty much. Hot dog is totally spaced today. We'll have to watch the rerun. Okay. It will be here. Oh, there it is. Okay, I already put the inside in, so that is our card, but I want to do something on here. I was actually debating whether or not stamping the trio on there. I'll have to check out the undo. If I wanted to put this on there, but I didn't want to have to sit here and do all that coloring with you guys here. So So, you know what I might do? I might just put a piece of the DSP on the back of that. Because we can. Or actually, I'll stamp the pumpkins and I will color that later. I'm going to go ahead and do that because I want the pumpkins on there because it kind of just ties this thing all together. And I will color that later because I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch me have to color that all over again. But that will go with that card. So that is card number 1. And I made another alternative to this card using the same DSP. I just used a different design, but it is still from the Harvest, what did I call it? Oh my goodness. The Harvest Meadows DSP. So I did it with that one, but kind of still kept the same colors. So just to kind of show you the variety of the two. Okay. So let me get this out of the way. But we're going to need this stamp set for our last card. That's the one that I'm most excited about because it is so stinking pretty. Oh, the colors are just so stunning in the last card that I'm going to show you. But I'm saving the best for last. And this is our chamois. It is the most amazing magical stamp cleaner that you could ever own in your stamping plethora of crafting stuff. So if you don't own one, you're gonna need to purchase one. Okay, now let's get to, oh, what did I say? I said I needed those for the next card. Okay, or for the last card. This next card, I am going to be using Delivering Cheer. Now, kind of a little story on this stamp set. When I first saw it, I didn't fall in love with it. Let me just be honest with you. I kind of didn't really like it at all. I think it was because I didn't know what to do with it. I looked at this stamp set and I was just like, huh? I don't even understand what that's all about. But now that customers like you guys have gotten your hands on it, oh, you guys have opened my eyes to a whole new loveliness of this stamp set. So, oh, sorry, I had to take a drink. So I purchased it because now I'm in love with it. All right, then the only thing that I'm using from the contoured scallops is I'm using this little tiny scalloped rectangle here, and that is just going to be for our sentiment. So you can mix up anything you want to use in place of your card. But that's the only reason why I grabbed that stamp set out. Okay, that's going to be for our, let's get our card pieces out here. Okay. So we're going to need a piece of, this is the thick basic white. This is 11 by 4 1/4, and we scored it at 5 1/2. And now when you score a card going this way, you really need to watch your ends, because no matter how straight you've gotten your score line, for some reason it always gets crooked at the bottom. I don't know why, it's just a thing. Okay, so we're gonna need a scrap for our little scallop. So we're gonna take and cut out this little guy here, okay? And then through the magic of TV, I have it done. And then we need to get these little, we have some hitchhiker pieces that are just hanging on for dear life because they can, but I don't want them on there. Okay, then is a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, just one single piece. That is going to be our card base. This is then going to go on there, and, or no, this piece actually, you know what, hold on, I fibbed on this size. I did, hold on. This piece here is actually 10 1/2 by 4. Okay, so 10 1/2 by 4, scored at 5 1/4. Okay, so don't listen to the first thing I said because I was wrong. Okay, then we're going to need a couple of other pieces here. This is, let me get my little note off here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, you're going to need a piece of the designer series paper. Now this is from Painted Christmas is what this one is called. And it has got some really neat colors in it. It's got a lot of colors, so you can't really go wrong with too many colors that go with this paper. I love the little pine cones down here. It's kind of why I did this one, because I loved the greens with the pine cones. I'm kind of a pine cone girl. I love the trees with pine cones. So this is the paper that we're using. All right, this piece here is 2 by 4, and we're gonna place that kind of up there because we want some of the white still showing, so that's gonna go there, which we can go ahead and adhere. So I'm leaving about a maybe 3/8 of an inch, maybe not even that much. Hold on. Maybe, what am I leaving? No, it's more like a 1/4 that I'm leaving in space up there. It's not crucial. Then I have a piece of soft succulent, and this is, I believe, 1 by 4. Oh my gosh, I just looked out my window. The moon is like I didn't even think that was the moon at first. It's like very, very yellow. This is 1 by 4. Okay, this is just gonna go right across this piece here. Oh, I even had it written on the back side 1 by 4. Well, you know. Oh, and see, and I even lied on the size, because I actually wanted that to go the full length of the card. But no, I don't. So that needs to be 1 by 4. I don't know what the heck I cut it at, but just letting you know it's supposed to end at 4. My brain was obviously thinking other things when I cut that. Go ahead and get this attached right to our card base. Okay, just like that. Then I have a piece of Evening Evergreen, and this is, what is this? 4 3/4 by 2 1/4. Oh, see, I had it written on that one too. Jeez. And then this white piece is going to be 2 by 4 1/2. All right, and this is going to be the piece that we need to stamp on. But I need this because we're using the photopolymer stamps, and so know that with photopolymer stamps, you have to have a cushion underneath them, kind of like the red rubber, like the red rubber stamps already have a cushion underneath them, so they absorb once you hit something with them. Now with photopolymer, there's no cushion behind it. Like there's nothing. It just, so you have to have something like a little foam. I actually, for my classes that the in-live classes that I do, I just use some of that kids foam that you get at like Michael's, or even the Dollar Tree has it, I believe. And I just use just a little strip so they can just use it to stamp on and have enough cushion that their image comes out pretty crisp. Because otherwise, I know people have called in to Stampin' Up! And is like, my stamp is just not working right. Well, once they tell them to put a cushion under it, normally their stamp will then work correctly. What am I looking for? Okay, we're going to use the little body where she looks like she's wearing a little coat here. And I'm going to do that in black. Memento, because again, we're going to be using some of our Stampin' Blends. And I am going to move her down towards the bottom here, if I can find my little image. Okay, just like that. Isn't she cute? Then I'm going to grab the tree image with her little hands wearing little gloves, I believe. Maybe she's not, but I'm going to say she's wearing gloves. And this lines up perfect with her little coat. Sorry, I had to stand up, so I'm sure I probably could just got really loud for the moment so I can see what I'm doing. So see how this part of her arms line up perfect with the lines of the jacket. Okay, now we're going to add some color to her, but first, hold on, where did I put them? I wanted the little, did I not mount those? I wanted the little leg warmers. Okay, let me show you what I'm going to do with the little leg warmers. I think they go that way. Well, that's the way I'm doing them. Not sure. And these line up perfect with this little one's legs. Now let me stand up again so I don't stick my head over what we're doing, right? And you guys won't see. So cute, right? Do you guys see how that works? It just fits right over her legs. So I went ahead and I used Evening Evergreen because that's this piece, the color that I used for that as well. Okay, then I'm going to use this little piece since we already have our stamp out. I'm going to grab the sentiment that says sending love and Christmas cheer. I'm going to stamp that right into this little so cute. Oh man, I need a tissue. And I don't have one in here, so we'll just have to do. Then the colors that I'm using for this one, let me get these colors out of the way so I don't wind up grabbing the wrong stinking thing. I am going to be using the Crumb Cake, light and dark, the Soft Succulent, light and dark, and then this is the light basic black. Okay, this little piece I'm going to set aside because that needs to dry. And I'm going to come in with my, where did I put it? I'm going to come in with my dark, right? Is that the one that I grabbed? My dark Soft Succulent. And then I'm just going to kind of not stay on the image, but kind of just spray it out a little bit where it looks like you're kind of going out of the lines, because you are, because I'm going to make this look like a spruce tree and not necessarily an evergreen tree, because you know how spruce trees almost have that like blue, kind of like a light frosted blue-green look to it. This Soft Succulent so reminds me of the whatever tree I just said. God. And then I'm just going over these dark little tick marks that they put on here for us. And then I'm going to come in with the light. Douglas fir, is that what I said? I don't know. I don't remember. And then the light, I'm just going to take it and just kind of run it down the inside of this tree. Because there's really like no stopping point, so you just do it how you want it. You can make it as full or you can leave it kind of sparse. It's your tree, you make it how you want it. Okay, just like that. All right, then I'm going to come in with my crumb cake, and we are going to do her little jacket in crumb cake. And now I'm just, again, using the dark crumb cake to just come down kind of the lines. And then I'm going to go kind of down the bottom of the coat. And then underneath where you would see kind of more of a shadow. Just like that. And then, you know what I forgot? I'm going to use also the bronze. Now this comes with bronze and ivory. Bronze and ivory. So this, I'm going to color this tree trunk in. Just like that. And I'm done with that one. Then I need this again to do the little sleeve part, or the little cuff part on her jacket. And then we're going to take the light. Come here and kind of blend some of these colors together so they don't look so what's the word? I don't know. Contrasted. Maybe that's the word. Who knows? I swear. Ever since I got COVID back last Christmas, words are something that like do not work in my brain anymore. I swear, when they said, you know, COVID causes that brain fog, it's no joke. Like, it really, really happens. Now I feel like such a ding-dong, which I was never like that. I was always pretty good with words. Not anymore. It's kind of embarrassing, but I just try to keep going with it and try not to let it bring me down because I would make myself nuts. Okay, there's that. And then I'm going to grab the light, basic black. And this is where I'm just going to do her little winter gloves. Just like that. Isn't that so cute? Okay, so that's her. Then I'm going to mount that on the evening evergreen. Frozen again, did it? Okay, there's that. And then that's gonna go on here. But on the well, we'll do the inside in just a minute. Okay, so this is going to kind of go over towards the side here, and then this is going to go right here. So you're going to kind of cover up a little bit of her legs, but she doesn't mind. Let's get some dimensionals for the back of this. I'm going to kind of put it lower towards the bottom where you can see kind of the top part of that designer series paper sticking out there. Then I'm going to grab a dimensional and put only on the one side, since if I look at this, I know that it's going to sit like this, so the dimensional only needs to go over here. And then I'm just going to put just a little bit of glue over here so that just sticks to this area, because we don't want the one side floating around. Okay, like that. This little strip here, which is, I think it's a half inch by 4. Yep, half by 4. Yep. That is going to go on the inside of this. Okay, then I'm going to use that evening evergreen. Then I'm going to stamp the other sentiment that says, warming thought. Hold on, I gotta read this because I can't read it on there. Warming thoughts to you this season. The video is still going. Hello, Alice, and hello, Debbie. It's telling me that the video is frozen, but I don't think so. I think we're still rolling. Let me see what is going on here. Somebody tell me if we're still rolling. It kind of looks like we are. I think we're okay. All right. Okay. So there's that. But of course, we need a little bit of bling. So this is where you guys are going to come in, because I couldn't quite decide. Oh, thank you, Frida. We are still rolling. Okay. Oh, I thought you had to watch the rerun. But I'm glad you're sticking around with us, because these are some super cute cards. Okay, so I have to decide whether or not I wanted to use the, okay, so these are the soft succulent here. They're really, really they're really, really light, and they're kind of hard to see, but they're really shimmery and blingy and cool. Or they're the dark, what is this? Dark Evening Evergreen, which is this darker one. But when I stick the dark ones on there, they almost get, well, I don't know, those get lost too. So I was trying to decide whether or not we're going to do the Evening Evergreen or the soft succulent. I don't think I like the soft succulent. I think it gets lost. This one over here, the soft succulent, it kind of gets lost in there. But it does have kind of a pink to it, which was kind of neat to look like lights. Or we could do something like that. So what do you think? I think this adds a lot more shimmer, maybe. I think that actually looks good with the pine cones. Do you guys agree? Because I just don't think those pop enough on there. I think they almost get lost on there. So yeah, we're just gonna roll with, these are called the Champagne Rhinestones. We're gonna roll with those. I just like the way that they shimmer a little bit better on this card. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put one up here, put one here, and here. Ooh, and no, you can't hang out on my card. And then do one over there. So how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, let's do 5, and then 6, and then 7. Oops, that looks cool. That one needs to go there. This one needs to go up. There we go. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so odd number. There. I like those a lot better than the green ones. I just think that adds such an awesome... Oh, let me show you the next other card that I did too. So, hold on. You could absolutely do red on there, but look at this one. I did do red on that one. So, absolutely, Frida, we were on the same mindset. The reason why I pulled the red in on this is because I had the red coming from the designer series paper and her dress. So that's why I wanted the red, because this is awfully dark, because I did this one in the evening evergreen, that I knew I needed to have the little red rhinestones. Now those, I like those rhinestones, and now I won't be able to find them because there's a full sheet of those though that you get a bunch of them, and they're all the same size, so they worked perfect on this card. Oh, I have too many. But anyways, yeah, I did use the red on this one, but absolutely you could use red on that as well, because then that would just add a lot of pop to that as well. So yeah, that's the other one that I made also. Just using, that's the same paper, or the same designer series paper that painted Christmas. So let's get this envelope done for this card. Okay, so we're gonna take that same designer series paper with those pine cones. We're just gonna take this, open this card up, because there was really no get up and shut the blinds on my window, because we have friends, these little bug friends, that are trying to come in and steal the show. Don't they know this is my show? I need to teach these bugs a thing or two. Okay, and then this is just gonna go, and now this piece is 2 1/4 by 6. Okay, let me shut this really quick, because we definitely don't want all these stinking little bugs coming in here and trying to be annoying, because they love my lights. One bad thing about sitting by a window, but during the day when you have natural sunlight coming in, it is so nice to see your cards in real live sunlight, especially when you're taking pictures and stuff. It kind of really adds natural color that some cards and some colors just look better with. I do make sure that my bulbs in my overhead lights and stuff for my craft area all have the, what do they call those? The natural, what is that called? It's called daylight. So all these lights that you see all have daylight light bulbs in them that add natural colors. Okay, so there is our envelope. Let's get these out of here. And there's our card. What do you guys think? I love it. Okay, so we are done with that one. And let me get some of my mess cleaned up here, because this next card, woo, boy, oh boy, like I told you guys, I'm saving the best for last. And you guys may have seen this card on Pinterest. It is somewhat like the card that I made, but I did a completely different fold with it, and then just kind of went with that person's colors. So I do not get credit for the design of this card. I just thought it was so beautiful that if you guys haven't seen it, oh, you're gonna fall in love with it. And that's what Pinterest is for, right? To give us all inspiration when we need it. And trust me, I am one of those people. Okay, now that is out of the way, I bring in my next cards here. All right, not need these. Do we need... really quick. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Nobody has time to wait for somebody to put their pens away. There we go. Alright, I got it. Woo woo! Record time. And they're even in the right order, which is... Oops, wait a minute. I lied. 2 were out of order, but we got it. Alright. Oh, look what I found. I told you I had a piece cut for that card. There it is. It was over here hidden. Story of my life. Okay, let's get these out of here, and then we will get to this card. Alright, so we are going to be using the Simply Elegant, which, holy guacamole. Elegant does not even do justice for this paper. With the foil in this paper, it is just gorgeous, like delicious. You could eat it, but don't. You're gonna want to play with it, don't eat it. But it is just the most stunning paper with all these different foils on. So one side has foiling, the other side does not. But I just did a whole swap card using this paper right here, and they were just gorgeous. But of course, I won't be able to find it right now because I just told you guys I made a swap card, and now I don't know where to put it. So I will, as soon as my swap cards show up, I thought they were gonna be here in the mail today. So maybe next Monday I will have to show you guys swap cards, because I was hoping that all my swap cards would have been in today to show you guys, or this weekend, and they're not. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that they show up one of these days. Okay, so I am using Cajun Craze. Beautiful fall color, let me tell you. All right, now this piece is 11 by 4 1/4. I then scored it at, you're gonna take this and let me get my, where did I put it? I thought I had it written out, but maybe I don't. Okay, so you're gonna bring this and you're gonna score it in half, which is gonna be at 5 1/2, because half of 11 is 5 1/2. Then you're gonna move it to the 4 1/4, and you're gonna score it again. This is called a book binding fun fold. Okay, so now you're going to do it in the half mark, which was the 5 1/2, and then now you're gonna have this score mark here, which is your 4 1/4. Now take your card and fold that back like it's a book. So see, this piece is going to get glued down, and then you're going to have, this is going to be your card part. Oh my gosh, kid. Oh my Lord. My son just scared the heck out of me.
I was living over you for like 5 minutes.
My son's behind me pulling my hair, and I was like, gosh, what is on my head? But I was in the middle of doing something. My hair didn't matter at that moment. Okay, so let's get all of our pieces out. We're going to need a 4 by 4. Stop it.
Oh, no, look.
It's fine. It's fine. Goodbye. A 4 by 4, which is going to go, and this is very vanilla. That's going to be the inside of our card. Then we're going to take a piece of 4 1/8 by 4 1/8, and that's going to go, and this is in basic gray. Now, that's going to go right here on the front of our card with our score line here. Then, where's our other little pieces here? Let me get all my little pieces out. Then you're going to need another little piece of basic gray, and this is 1 1/8 by 4 1/8. That's going to go there. Do you see these colors? Oh. This little piece here is now going to be 1 by 4. That's going to go on the front of that, so it's just 1/8 of an inch smaller. Oof. Darn bugs. And then this piece here is going to be 4 by 4, since this is 4 1/8 by 4 1/8. Oh, there you are, you little sucker. And I took this and I ran this through the Timber 3D embossing folder. Now, what I realized is after I ran it through the embossing folder that I needed to stamp on it. But you know what? I can still make that happen because I've tried it and it worked. Now, not to say that it's going to work this time, but we're going to hope that it does. So we're going to need that there. Okay, now I took the black glitter paper that we have. Oops, that's it. That's Christmas paper. We have black glitter paper that is, where is it? Hold on, pause please. Oh, there it is. This paper right here is just amazing. They had this last year in our mini catalog, and they actually just brought it back again for this mini catalog. The neat thing about this, glitter does not go anywhere. So your glitter stays on your paper and does not get dispersed all over the recipient, because some people don't like glitter all over them. I mean, I wouldn't mind, but some people don't. But this paper is so stinking gorgeous. Now, that paper is one of those papers that you guys have seen me use for the cabin card. So that was like a Christmas card. So know that it doesn't only have to be used on Halloween cards. It absolutely can be used with Christmas as well. Okay, that's going to go like that. We're going to now, where am I at? Lost my train of thought. Okay, then I'm going to need a piece of Cajun craze, and I am going to take my this pumpkin, that pumpkin that we just used on the last card, and we're going to need this big leaf right here, and we're going to die cut both of those out. And once we do, we're going to have maybe, if I can get them out of the little bag here, we're going to have this and that. Okay, so there's those two pieces. Then with that black glitter paper, we're going to cut this big die out of the black glitter. And isn't that beautiful? Look at that when you have something white behind it. Stunning, right? The glitter on that is just heaven. Okay, we're gonna need that. Then we need this little, we need a little piece of basic gray or a scrap, which I don't have, but we're going to cut out this little leaf here out of a piece of basic gray. So let me put these dies back. Oh, we're going to need some of those. So let's move this. We need a scrap piece of the Very Vanilla. We're going to stamp on this. So we're going to need the big leaf piece. Let me move this stamp off of here because we're going to need it for this. So those big pieces of the leaves and that, I don't know, lily, or maybe that's the flower that normally comes off of a pumpkin vine. And I'm just going to stamp that on there. Okay. Then let me clean this off really quick. Then we're going to need the other little pumpkin vine. Do it right there. Okay, just like that. Sure if we're going to need that stamp, but nonetheless, we're going to put it back on there. All right, now what we're going to do with this is we're going to use our Stampin' Blends. Pretty crazy that I used all 3 cards with Stampin' Blends. That's pretty amazing. I don't normally do that because I normally don't want to color that much. But we're going to take the Cajun Craze and the Smoky Slate, okay? And now we're going to take these and we're going to use the dark, wrong side, the dark Cajun Craze, and again, just kind of bring these in. Actually, you know what? That's the light. I think this is the dark. Yep. Yep, this is dark. And then also come over here to this big flower. And again, I'm just tapping those little dots. And then I'm going to do the back part. And the little blossom part. Oh, see, this was my dark one. Huh. Okay, I grabbed the wrong pen. You need to have the dark for this part, but I grabbed the light. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. And then now grab the light, and then just kind of blend that together. If you can get in there and color those little veinies, then you do it. But I cannot stay in the lines on that, so guess what? I'm not even going to try because I don't want to destroy this little image here. So now I'm using dark, and again, I'm going to come in with these veins. Oh, did I tell you guys that this is very vanilla? This is not using, I'm not using basic white this time. I know, I hardly ever use very vanilla. Kind of have a stockpile of it. But for fall cards, I think the very vanilla is very suiting because it's more of that soft color for fall cards. Now I'm using the light to just go back over the rest of this leaf. Then I'm going to die cut these out because there are dies that cut these images out right here. So we need the little one and the big one. Let me die cut those really quick. One. And then here's the little one. Bingo, bingo. Okay. Alright, now we need to take this piece right here and we need to stamp on this, but I'm going to turn it, the grain's going this way. I'm going to flip it over. Then we'll get those pieces put together. But we need to see if I put this pumpkin down here. I'm going to set this up here. Okay. I just kind of need to see where I need to stamp my image. So I need to, again, stand up so I can make sure I can see what I'm doing. And I'm going to push pretty firmly because, like I said, I've already embossed this, and I have to hope to God that this is going to work. It worked last night, but, oh, see, it did it again. Let me try it on this side. See, if I would have been thinking ahead of time, which I thought I was thinking ahead of time by going ahead and making sure this was done. Okay, that works. Making sure that this piece was already embossed so you guys didn't have to wait for me to die cut and emboss and do all the good stuff. That I wanted to make sure, but I didn't realize that, oh gee, you have to put a stamp on there now and you've already embossed it and it just doesn't normally work. So let's see what side looks better. Yeah, let's see what's better. Okay, let me move that out of the way. Let me get these two pieces stuck together. So watch your margins because this is only going to have 1/8 of an inch around the edges, so you're barely going to see that. Then this is going to go here. Again, only 1/8 of an inch around the outsides. Then I'm going to grab my Terran tape. Now you can use regular glue, that's fine, but I like to use Terran tape on this part because I really want to make sure that nobody can pull this apart and take away from the card if they're trying to, you know, if they go to open the card and think that's supposed to open, Terran tape will not allow them to do that. And then because I live in Arizona, sometimes the heat will kind of pull that glue off. It doesn't always stick in this kind of a heat, so I like to make sure I use something that's definitely going to hold these cards together. Okay, and I'm just going to fold that shut and apply pressure to make sure that stays. This is going to now come on here. Actually, you know what? That side did turn out better. I'm going to go with. This has a smudge up here and I don't like that. Okay. Ooh, let's put it on there right though. Jeez Louise. That would have been bad. Now we're going to start assembling this. This is going to go right there. Can you see where I'm going with this? Okay, I'm going to show you this technique that I was saying about the glue. So you just kind of take some glue, just rub it on there like that. Then grab your little sponger. Now, when I had my live class the other day on Thursday, most of all the people there have bought my adhesive kits. So they were asking me, you know, when I go to wash this, do I wash this too? And my advice is don't ever wash this. This is going to get a glue crust on it. You want that crust. That crust is the best part to have on this because then it's going to not keep absorbing that glue, and that glue will then be able to just stick on your image. And I told him, you don't really have to go wash this mat, because it's kind of like, remember when you were like a kindergartner or first grader or whatever, and you guys would put glue on your hands and then you'd peel it off? This does the same thing once it dries. It will then become just a peel off thing that you just throw in the garbage. Or you can even make snot dots out of them. Glue dots, mini glue dots. It will, those turn into glue dots once it dries and you just ball it up. It'll turn into one of those little mini glue dots. Okay, that's gonna go there. Then we need this pumpkin here, and where did I need my mini, oh, I had them in my thing already waiting for me. Mini glue dots. So I'm gonna put one over here, one there, and then one there. This is going to get stuck right here, just like that. Okay. Then, then these little pieces here. See, there were my glue dots. I told you I had them in with one of my other things. I'm going to take this big leaf that we did, and I'm going to put that underneath right here, okay, on that big piece. These are going to get some mini glue dots to them. This is going to go right down here, just like that. And then this one, get here. And actually, I should not have put a glue dot on that, but it's okay. We're going to call it good. And then I'm going to put some regular glue on the end of this, because it is now going to stick to that pumpkin. Because I didn't want both things popped up, but they're going to be anyway, so there we go. Just like that. Don't push that down. Okay. There we go. All right, and then we have one more thing. And let me tell you guys what I've done. I've been practicing. I know, shocker, right? I've been practicing on making bows, because you guys know that I royally suck at making bows, but I've been practicing. So thank you so very much. Should we do, if friends were like pumpkins, I'd pick you? Let's do that one again in here. This is going to go on the inside here. Now you could absolutely put another gray piece behind here to do that same look like this. The only reason why I don't do it is because the more weight you add to your cards, sometimes the more postage that they keep wanting you to put, that penny postage. They want you to keep adding more and more postage to it. So I try to keep things light, that it makes it where you guys can throw these in the mail and be able to just do regular postage on them and not have to, you know, keep paying more, because you're already paying for your product to send out a card. You don't want to spend all that money on postage. Okay, so watch. Look at this trick that I've learned. And it's probably not a trick. It's just me being me. Okay, so when I roll it around, I now pinch this and push it through. So I can just grab that. And then I have a bow. Put this twisted here. See, of course, now that I'm in front of a camera, it's not going to work. Let's do it again. Because isn't that the way it works? I've sat here and I've practiced forever, and it worked just fine. I had it all down, and I was making the most beautiful bows. I'll even show you a couple of, or maybe I won't show you because I don't know where I put my bows. Anyways, I've been working on bows. I was doing so good, and then now that I'm in the middle of a camera or in front of a camera, whatever, okay, there we go. Let's make our sides even. Even Steven. Okay, there we go. Oops, wait a minute, wrong scissors. No, those scissors are not going to cut this bow. Just like that. And then now I need a blue dot. Didn't want that bow going. There we go. That's what we want right there. And then I need a... Don't you hate that when that happens? You get in front of a camera and then everything goes, nope, you did not. You have not been practicing, and I am just going to show everybody that no. It is going to work my way, not your way. That's what I always wondered. How do actors and actresses? I always ask my husband that because he works at he's a butcher, like for his main job, but then he does a film actors school that he works at, and he teaches writing classes and stuff. And I always, because, you know, he'll always be like, we have to go make a movie, so I'm not going to be back for a few hours. And when he's gone, I'm always thinking, how in the world do you get those people to act? Because sometimes I'll watch some of the movies and I'm like, okay, they should not have been playing that part, but whatever. Who am I? I don't know anything. I'm not an actress. And then he goes, well, they were supposed to be in character, and when we did the practice, they did amazing. And I go, oh, well, then that explains it. It's because they got, like, camera shy, or whatever they call that, where once the camera is rolling, that's when nothing wants to work. And he says, yep, because that's exactly what happens. And I go, well, hot dog. Good thing I'm not the only one that has that problem. Okay, so there is our, what do you guys think of that card? Isn't that so stinking pretty? Those colors are just, oh, so rich and so vibrant. I just love the colors. And then with this paper kind of does the work for this card. I know this really makes it pop, but this just kind of tied it all together with those grays and the blacks and the very vanilla. But okay, let's get all three of the cards out so I can show you. So then I can say goodnight to you guys. Do you guys have any questions about anything that I have shown you guys tonight, or about any promotions that we have going on? Let me get the rest of my stuff put away here. And then we will get the cards all set out so you guys can see them all again. This one. Okay, and like I said, I will color the pumpkins on that envelope back there. Ooh, nope. Alright, so we have that card in envelope, that card in envelope, and then that card in envelope. Beautiful. Make sure all those are stuck down so we don't lose any. So what do you guys think of these pumpkins? Are you guys sold yet? I know, every time I keep seeing a card, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to make that one for you guys. Oh my gosh, I have to make that for you guys. And then I got this tie-dye set, and then I keep going, oh my gosh, I need to do one of those tie-dye swirl cards for you guys. But then I see something like this, and I'm like, no, 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 no. This is going to trump over this. So I keep going back and forth. That's why I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to sit down, and I'm going to make a bunch of these different cards, and then I'm just going to do the videos, and then you guys can watch them at your own leisure. When you go over to the blog or when you go over to my Facebook page, you'll see all the different cards that, if it doesn't say Facebook Live, you'll know that they've just been cards that I've sat here and just kind of made where, you know, nobody's commenting and all that kind of stuff. And then, you know, then you guys will have more cards to see be made and all that kind of stuff. So, alrighty, and like I said, Lori and Taylor, you're the winner of last week's cards. Please let me know which card you decided you want. And I think we are done for tonight. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Let me kind of just show you what I was talking about. This thing makes those little glue dots. So if you just roll this up, pull this off, you now have a glue dot. Granted, it's not clear and as attractive, but it's still a glue dot at the end of the day. So, but that just comes right off there just like that. And then you don't have to worry about messing with the water or anything like that. It just stays right here. Alrighty, you guys, have a great week. Like I said, all the dimensions, everything that we did tonight will be up on the blog tomorrow. I already have most of it done. I just have to now upload the video, and that takes a while because my internet is not the most high-speed internet out here. When you live way out in the middle of the desert, it's kind of hard to get that fast speed stuff. Well, thank you. I'm glad you guys all loved these cards. I was kind of partial as well, but that's because when I'm sitting here making them, but then like I said, I have the hardest time picking which cards I'm going to make for you guys. Because honestly, a couple of the cards that we made during, what was it? Oh, that leaf one I wanted to make for you guys. Because I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't really done much with the leaves, but that's what I have, like 3 cards that I'm going to be making using the gorgeous leaves with the intricate leaves dies. I have a couple of cards that I'm going to make videos for because I want you guys to see those cards because they are absolutely stunning as well. And it shows you kind of a different way of adding color to your stamp as well. So, all right, you guys, have a great week. Thank you guys for sticking with me. If you guys have any questions, if you need any catalogs and you don't already have a demonstrator, please reach out to me. You can message me here on Facebook, and I will get any of the current catalogs in the mail to you. I have joined the Stampin' Up! Has a training for us as demonstrators. I have joined that, so I will have new product to talk to you guys about because as soon as the mini catalog is over, the Christmas mini catalog that we are currently in, we're then going to be back in a new mini catalog for starting January. So I know, I feel like, geez, I can't keep up with these catalogs coming through. But then again, I get to the point where sometimes I'm like, ugh, I'm over that set. I'm ready for new stuff. So it is nice that they keep things fresh and coming to us because I do get bored with some of the stuff. I mean, this Christmas or the mini catalog I've not got bored with yet, but I still have so many things to show you guys. So I am going to get on those videos as we speak. So have a great week, like I've said, probably for the 6th time. And I will see you guys next Monday here at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, whatever time that is for you guys. And I will talk to you later. Bye.